Hello everyone, and thank you again for tuning in to We Suppose. Today we will be discussing a topic that all of us have had happen to us at one point or another. So without further ado, let's get started. The question is how to overcome hardship and emotional turmoil in your life. The first thing we must look at to answer this broad question is this. What are the events in our lives that lead up to this? The truth is, it is different for all of us, and we all feel pain the same regardless of the variable that may have caused it. Death, poverty, sudden change, the loss of a relationship, and tragedy, of course. But let's think about this for a minute. Can positive events in our life also cause hardship and emotional turmoil? It has a sense of irony if we stop and think about it. So when your face is flushed and your boss is standing over you while an entire room of employees is staring at you, is this a moment of clarity or destruction? The answer is simple. It can become both. It's the decisions we make during moments such as these that will later define us as a moderate and balanced human being. So let's look at the root cause as to why you would have to overcome something like this. How many of you got on a plane before and thought it may go down? Or had a little time to come up with a career-changing presentation? Or maybe even had to go into a large crowd of people that you did not know at all and conversate? It all boils down to fear, and once we identify the cause, we can begin to work on a solution. Some emotions we are all familiar with are embarrassment, like I mentioned previously with the overwhelming manager, or deep sadness from a loss of someone that you love. Whether this be a loss of a pet or a relationship loss, they can feel the same, which is where things can really grow interesting for us. The views for many of us will be different here. Will your boss value your pet or relationship the same as you? Is it acceptable to not go into work due to a breakup? Chances are no. However, for the loss of a pet, it may just be acceptable. Why is this? It feels the same, right? In both of these, you are grieving the loss of something. The difference is one is permanent and one is not, which could gauge how individuals may all feel differently. The important piece here, though, is you will want to act the same way for both. You will most likely won't want to go into work either way the next day if any of these events occur in your life. One decision is acceptable and one may not be, and this can dictate the way you are viewed as a peer, colleague, and a person throughout your life. Could this be viewed as weakness because you cannot put your emotions aside, or as strength because you are a loyal and caring person? If you continue to make decisions such as taking work off for a relationship breakup, which don't get me wrong, I know there are some hardworking people who would not miss work either way. However, I am speaking to the other percent this will have a direct impact on and how easily it will be to overcome these emotions in the future. If you look at the person who returns to work quickly, you will find this will become a relative and positive habit they will have in their future. They may be able to even speak to someone they are close with to help the sadness die or at least lessen the pain. Now, on the other hand, let's look at the person who does not go into work either way, let's say. So chances are, when they return to work, there will be questions, curiosity, expected explanations, and a sense of being overwhelmed. How many have had this experience? I've gone into examples, the root cause, and the impact this can have on our life based on the decision to return to work, which seems so small in the grand scheme of somebody's entire life. So the final question to examine here is this. Is it about overcoming the emotion or the decision you will have little time to make during these trying times? Many artists, doctors, psychologists, psychiatrists, and people debate this and study it endlessly. Now, what decision will you make?
Oh,